I'm Joseph Marquez, originally born in Santa Barbara. Moved up here around 1999 to Sacramento to follow my wife.
What is a good memory you have with your children today that brings you joy every time you think of it?
Good memory for me is watching them play sports, going to the movies, just really hanging out with them, especially now that I'm able to really spend time with them. As a young father, always working 2-3 jobs at a time. I didn't have a lot of time, so I regret that. But just being able to take them to certain places that I wasn't able to do as a kid.
So you talked about not having a lot of time. What exactly is it that you do, and how have you become successful in business?
Back in 2001, I was tired of getting fired all the time from my jobs. I couldn't hold a job, and that's the honest to God truth. I was working at Costco, several security companies. I was working for General Fiber Communications, back and forth to the Bay Area every day. And again, my daughter was just born, and I never had time to be home with them. So I told my wife one day, I was with one of my best friends, and we were sitting in San Francisco. I said, man, I'm going to quit my job. He said, well, what are you going to do? I said, I'm going to start my own security company. He's like, bro, you don't even know the first thing to do to own a security company. And I said, yeah, man, but I'm going to try. And so I said, quit your job with me. And he was like, no, man, I can't take that risk. So that night I came home, and I was like, again, I was driving from the Bay Area to Sacramento every day. And then I came home, I told my wife, I said, hey, I'm going to quit my job today. And I had all the support. She was like, well, do whatever you want, because I know you're not going to let us fail. I was also working at Costco at the same time. A couple of days after I had my daughter, I got fired from there. And I just got tired, and I was like, I don't need a boss. I don't need someone to tell me when to get up, when to come to work, what time to be there. I said, I can't handle that at all. I started my own security company, made some business cards, started passing them out. Back then, you didn't need too much insurances. I got my first contract at Seafood City, worked there day and night, and I saved enough checks to get workers' comp, general liability, auto policies, and stuff like that. And I was able to hire my first employee at Seafood City on Mac Road, and we worked there for several years, and I kept on building.
If you could go back and give yourself, at that time that you were starting the business, one piece of advice about starting the business, what would it be and why?
One piece of advice I would give myself is probably doing a little more education. I barely graduated from high school, and I was just always a go-getter. So I was a people person. I could talk to you, and if I say it, I'm going to do it, and I'm going to keep my word to my clients. So I think that's how we really built our company, is get my clients to call me and say, Joseph, I need you to take care of this. This wasn't done, that wasn't done. And if I had to put on my uniform by myself, I'm going to make sure it gets done for my clients. So one piece of advice I would do is try to have my employees have the same work ethic as I did.
Can you share a painful experience that you went through and never thought you would recover from, that you don't mind sharing?
A painful experience. Well, if we're just talking about business, that's an easy one, I think. Painful experiences is when my office got robbed, and we were still new in the company at the time. Probably $13,000 worth of computers stolen. My files got stolen. My whole door got taken off the hinges. I had to call the landlord and tell him about it, and I had to pay for all those fees. And for months and months, I was trying to go on Craigslist trying to find out who stole them so I can kick their ass. But never found out who did it. But that was a painful experience. A painful experience that I went through as a kid was probably losing my dad when I was 5 years old. But
who has been most influential in who you are today outside of a parental figure?
I would have to say my wife. My wife has been very influential for me because she's very educated, smart. She's always told me that if you want to, go get it, and she's always believed in me. I've had a really good, I have a great brother, a great sister, and I have a really good family dynamic that I can always call and ask him for help.
If you can go back in time and give your younger self one piece of advice, what would that be and why?
One, probably just to be a better man altogether and stay in school and learn more.
What does the term raising the bar mean to you?
Raising the bar to me means you have to be a go-getter. You have to go get what you want. It's not going to come to you. It's not going to be handed to you. And nothing is out of reach if you have the dreams for it. Anyone to say that it's not happening for me, it's not happening for me, well, it's not going to happen if you don't want it bad enough and you're not going to put in the work to go get it.
What do you want your legacy to be when you're no longer here?
My legacy, I'm currently I built a house, and I was blessed to be able to do that. But what I would like is just my family to know I did it for them.
If your life were a book, what would the title be and why?
It's all in the hustle, because that's what I do. I hustle. That's it. Oh, woof.